All right, starting up front will be Matt Bear and Luke Turpin to the outside. Then you'll have Alex Gangler and Jordan Babinger on the second row. Stephen Rex and Cole Heather Patrick on the third row. Chase Johnson and another new driver, Miguel Angel Cordoza, will be starting 8th. Brett Edgar 9th. Mason Foster 10th. Jonathan Bronson is 11th. Logan Jones is 12th. Noah Carpenter is 13th. Patrick Sullivan is 14th. Alex Crasper 15th. Greg Holes is 16th. Kenny Tripp starting back in 17th place. 18th is John Friley. Joe Campbell is 19th, and Travis Sokup is 20. Tyler McRae starting in 21st. Sean Andrews in 22nd. 23rd is Ryan Seams. Trevor Birchmere starts back in 24th. Octavio Rondoletto, one of his worst qualifying runs this season, starting in 25th. Alex Hallinar in 26th. Robert Colgan, 27th. Jose Godino, 28th. Art Hendren back in 29th. Jeremy Leto will be 30th. Daniel Miller, 31st. Gerald Danos Poole, 32nd. John Schwartz is 33rd. Then you have Kendrick Cryer, John Batista, Ethan Johnson, Nick Ramsey, Derek Colson, Johnny B., Lindsey Lyles, and Blaine Atkin rounding out the 41-car field here tonight. Don't forget, when you're done with the race, or if you got an extra device, check out XCALRacing.com, the XCAL web shop, and all of their awesome sponsors. Don't forget to check out, if you can't find that website, you can always find everything you need at htsai.net. It's going to be a fun one here tonight, folks. 40 cars, 400 laps. Half-mile track. I promise you, with this one is going to be wild. Multiple lines, multiple strategies, and multiples of excitement. Pace car is in, coming down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air, and Matt Bear is already off the front, and they're already looking 3 wide. As the 454, Luke Turpin drops down low. He's picking up spots, but he's got Babinger up to the high side, and you see the multiple lines. Further back, look at this mess. They are 4 and 5, 6 wide. Briefly, 6 wide there coming out of turn 4. We knew 3 and 4 wide would be an all-night thing, but who knew 6 wide was even possible in these cars here? As we've got a couple of cars who started on pit road or had to go to pit road early, coming back out on track as well. Things are about to get very wild. Kendrick Cryer, one of those cars just coming off pit road. Still 3 wide on the front stretch while Matt Bear is still out front. Jordan Babinger now up to 2nd. Turpin slips back in at 3rd. Stephen Rex now into 4th. And it is still a mess from 5th on back. Several cars, just everybody all over the place. This is going to be a wild one. You see multiple lines being run here, all the way under the white line, all the way up by the wall, and everything in between. We're going to be in for this all night long, folks. Matt Bear continues to lead, but now Jordan Babinger on the attack on the high side. Luke Turpin in 3rd, Stephen Rex in 4th. The front 5 have gotten single file and are starting to break away just a little bit. There is a big battle going on further back in the field, though. Octavio Rondoletto on the march. He is coming through this field quickly. He is already up 6 spots and continues to march forward. Trevor Birchmere having an incident. Green flag stays out. Let's see if we can get a quick look at what happened to Birchmere. And there we go, some more 4 wide racing. You knew it was going to happen. And he just gets into other cars, gets turned up into the wall. Everybody gets by cleanly, though. John Batista had to come to pit road, may have been involved in one of the earlier incidents, and now working his way back up. Another new driver this week, Miguel Angel Cardozo, He is actually from their truck series. This is his street stock debut in XCAL, though. And he is making his presence known all the way up into 6th place. Octavio Rondoletto, as we mentioned, on the march, and he's bringing Ryan Seams with him in that 131 car. Ryan Seams now up a couple of spots, and right behind him, Chase Johnson, another one. He's picked up 4 positions already as well in the 57. The biggest movers so far are these 2 drivers. Ethan Johnson up 10 spots. Blair Aiken started dead last on the field, already up to 25th. We've got several fast cars at the back of the field making their way forward. And there is a lot of miscellaneous cars having to go to pit road. It looks like some damage from that early side-by-side racing. So several cars have been to pit road for a little bit of repair, get their car checked out, and getting back out on track. The top 10, almost all single file, except I spoke too soon, as Noah Carpenter up here into 7th now, has Pat Sullivan right there with him, has Mason Foster and Miguel Angel Cardozo as well in that battle. They sort back out for a moment. Miguel up on the high side and making the high side work. We saw Jordan Babinger earlier in the race making the high side work. We'll see if they continue to all night. Right in front of them, Noah Carpenter gets a little bit of a tap in the middle of the turns. Jordan Babinger still in 2nd. He is just taking it easy right now. These top 3 are starting to build a little bit of a gap. Over 4th place, Jonathan Bronson. Stephen Rex in 5th place, starting to move up just a little bit here. Cole Patrick and the 22, he has drifted back to 10th now after starting in 6th. Logan Jones was on pit road briefly. He has come back off pit road now. Ethan Johnson and Blair Aiken continue to march forward, though. Those 2 are now in 22nd and 23rd, and they are coming through this field rather quickly. Blair starting dead last on the field tonight. Already starting to make some moves towards the front, and you know his car owner has to be very happy getting him in that car this week. Right in front of him, it is just utter chaos everywhere. 3 wide all the way around the track. And looks like we might get some more 4 wide coming up off the corner. These drivers have got to be holding their breaths right now. Everybody doing a great job of holding their line, holding their positions, but some of these guys coming through the field a lot quicker, like Octavio Rondoletto, who's now up to 14th. Greg Holes, another driver, starting to make his way forward. He is now up into 11th. Up front, though, Matt Baer, 0.6 of a second lead, but he is now into lap traffic. Matt Baer continuing to navigate around lap traffic. He's just about through the first batch of lap traffic, and that will be the story here tonight. Who gets through the lap traffic the best as they're catching it this early on? Just 21 laps in the race so far, already into lap traffic on this half-mile track. And a lot of drivers working their way up extremely quickly, making some of these battles 4 wide all over the place. Anywhere we look on the track, there is a battle going on right now. Octavio Rondoletto making his way through as Miguel, his teammate, has fallen back a little bit, now back to 15th in his first XCAL race. Ethan Johnson, who started way back in the field in 35th, has made his way up to 17th, and we mentioned Blaine Aiken. He is now up into 19th, so those 2 guys are coming through the field. Mentioned Kendrick Cryer had to start way in the back tonight as well. He is already up to 21st after starting in 33rd. Caution is out. First caution of the night. And it looks like trying to see what brought that caution out, as we are seeing some pit stops happening here. It looks like John Schwartz may have crashed. Yeah, John Schwartz is around backwards at the start finish line. And he could not get the car righted in time. It looks like he was struggling to get that car back where it needed to be. Doesn't look like we have a good replay of John's car that time, but definitely some struggles early for John Schwartz as he was starting to make his way through the field as well. And now we are starting to see some of the leaders hit pit road. Pat Sullivan drops to pit road. Kenny Tripp and several others come into pit road. Now our leader Matt Bear is on pit road. Jonathan Bronson's coming to pit road. Babinger and Turpin. Jonathan Bronson made the choice to stay out, actually. Stephen Rex coming to pit, or staying out. Noah Carpenter, Mason Foster. About half the field comes to pit road, and the other half choosing to stay out for the moment. Jordan Babinger will assume the lead. Luke Turpin now to second. Jonathan Bronson in third. And a lot of cars, like we said, choosing to stay out. 26 laps, 27 laps now in the books. And some of these guys were not close to their pit window. That's why they were staying out. We heard before the race 70 to 80 laps. I'm sure a few guys will be able to go a little bit further than 80, but 70 to 80 laps on fuel here tonight is definitely going to be the window. Some of these guys topping off a little bit early, maybe getting some right side tires and seeing if they can make something happen. Definitely strategy move out of a lot of these guys. Matt Bear gave up the lead, will come out in 16th place now. Kendrick Cryer has made his way now up to 13th. Ethan Johnson has made his way all the way up into 10th now after starting 35th. Heck of a start to the race for him. And Blaine Aiken currently being scored in 11th place after starting 40th. Dead last on the field all the way up to 11th. A fast car, some great pit strategy, and he is already up there almost into the top 10, having a great XCAL debut here. And you heard in the pre-race, expect some guys to come from the back and be up here very quickly. We're starting to see that already. Looking forward to seeing who is best on the long run. But here we are about to go green again. And fully expect to see some more 4 and 5 wide. And will they try 6 wide again will be the question here. Got to say, I am surprised how hard they were pushing that early on in a 400-lap race, but it definitely is paying off. They're putting on one heck of a show, and these are some of the best street stock racers on iRacing. Pace truck is in. They'll come through 3 and 4. Babinger will fire first, with Luke Turpin up on the high side. Green flag back in the air. Babinger gets a good jump. And now Luke Turpin has Jonathan Bronson to the inside. Bronson looking low. Bronson might be able to pull off the lead here. Bronson alongside Babinger coming down the back straightaway. Bronson running right down by the grass as they are 4 wide further back, and Bronson is going to lead. No, Bronson leads at the line. Oh, we've got a big crash as it looked like a car was coming up off of pit road. Total chaos. Caution is out. Don't often see a big one at a short track like this, but there you have it. It looks like this incident may have started with Steven Rex there. And, oh, he gets a little nudge from the 424. He was not coming up off pit road as it looked initially, but several cars caught in that heavy damage. And remember, this is XCAL. There are no fast repairs, and some of these guys have significant damage. I think Matt Bear came into tonight with high hopes, qualified on the pole, made the choice to hit pit road, and it looks like he might have been caught in this mess as well. He gets checked up, but still gets a piece of the 28 and gets hit from behind as well. Nowhere to go there. Several cars impacted here. Chase Johnson had to go to pit road. John Batista, Noah Carpenter, Pat Sullivan, Thanos, Gerald Poole had to go to pit road. Kenny Tripp, Miguel Angel Cordoza is on pit road. Alex Carpenter came back up off pit road. Tyler McRae went to pit road. Just a bunch of cars heavily damaged. And I would imagine at this rate, there may be a few cars that don't make it to the end of this. There were some cars that took a heavy hit in that exchange there. Debbie McKinney saying she hopes the short pit strategy works here. We'll have to wait and see, but if it does, especially given the current situation, that would be kind of cool. That would work out really well for them. While this caution will probably be a longer one, let's take our first commercial break. All right, we are back as Jordan Babinger continues to pace the field. They are lining up for the restart here. Lights are out on the pace truck. Several cars still sitting on pit road. I would expect to hear that a couple of guys do not make it up off pit road. Unfortunately, without Marty here, we won't get all the notifications and on the chat mutes, but I do expect a few tonight. I think the standing record is at 7 chat mutes for a race. I would expect after that incident, probably a few have already occurred. Pace truck dropping off. Babinger and Bronson will lead them down again. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag. Green flag was delayed. Now they get the 1 to go again as the pace truck is back out. Art Hendren getting waved around the field. Pace truck still staying out. Looks like they will extend the caution one more time. While we're at caution, you got just enough time to run to the snack bar, get you some chicken with some K2 sauce. And you can bring me some chicken with K2 sauce as well. K2 sauce, the everything sauce, goes great on everything. Chicken, burgers, everything. Looks like they are extending one more lap here as they get scoring and the lineup squared away. Jordan Babinger, Jonathan Bronson will still be up front. Luke Turpin and Mason Foster will be on the second row. Ethan Johnson and Joe Campbell on the third row. Ethan Johnson started 35th and is now in the top 5. Blaine Aiken, another new driver who started in 40th, is now in 7th. So these new drivers definitely putting on a show here tonight. Alex Crasper in the top 10 for the first time tonight as well. Looks like the lights are out on the pace car. I might have spoken too soon on that. Trying to sort everything out after that incident. Definitely a major impact to a lot of drivers. Still got several drivers on pit road as well, still getting repairs. Looks like Steven Rex still on pit road with heavy damage to that car. Trying to get a look and see who all is still on pit road, as it is a bunch of cars right now. The 52 stopped waiting to get back in line here. Looks like, as I'm looking at it, Noah Carpenter, Chase Johnson, Steven Rex, Brett Edgar, and Ryan Seams are all still, at the moment, showing as being on pit road with damage, getting repairs. So a lot of great drivers might be done early here tonight, or will definitely lose some ground, lose some points. We'll have to wait and see. Pace truck is off this time. Jordan Babinger will get to fire first as they come out of turn 4. Green flag finally back in the air, and here they go. Babinger gets another good jump off into turn 1. But Bronson again looking to the inside, and are they going to try and make it 4 wide, as here comes Mason Foster. And they are. Luke Turpin sends it down to the bottom. He gives a little bit of a nudge there to Jonathan Bronson. Takes the line away. Luke Turpin fighting for second. They're 3 wide back behind him. Mason Foster, Ethan Johnson, and now Kendrick Cryer, who started in 33rd, is now way back up here. And you see him come off the turns. They go into the turn on 2 different lines, but they come out on about 5 different lines as they continue to battle. And Kendrick Cryer is making his presence known here tonight. But Ethan Johnson is putting on one heck of a show here, making his way up into 5th place from a 35th starting spot. And another one, as we mentioned, Blaine Aiken. Here they go, trying to get 4 wide again. Blaine in the 66 this week. The K2 Sauce car is definitely showing he's got what it takes to be here in XCAL competition. Now up into the top 5 after starting dead last on the field. Huge shout out to that young man. He is on a mission here tonight. I would expect that he will get a full-time ride in XCAL before too much longer. The top 4 still single file. Jordan Babinger, Jonathan Bronson, Luke Turpin, Ethan Johnson, and Blaine Aiken are the top 5 right now. And everywhere else on the track, there is a battle going on as Kendrick Cryer gets a little close there to the back bumper of Mason Foster. Another car coming through the field rather quickly. The 7 car of Robert Colgan has picked up 13 positions, and Nick Ramsey, another one of our new drivers. These new guys are putting on a clinic here tonight He started in 36. He is up to 14th, up 22 spots. Huge shout out to the new drivers here tonight. Jordan Babinger continues to pace the field, lap 54. They've still got a long way to go. Those pace laps will extend it, so their fuel mileage, so even the guys that stayed out, don't expect to see them in till at least around lap 80. Octavio Rondoletto, caught in one of those earlier incidents after making his way almost to the top 10, is now back into 19th. We've talked about him a lot in recent weeks. One of the dominant cars, but just can't get it all together right at the end of the race. Always in the top 5, but has been unable to win since much earlier in the season. Definitely felt like last week the track owed him one, didn't get it, and here we are. He is trying to make his way forward, but he has his hands full with John Friley right there with him. John constantly trying to get around him. John had him for a moment, couldn't do anything with him, and it looks like Jose Godino now right there with, as we get a car turning into the wall. And several cars wrecking in turns 1 and 2. Everybody keeps going the right way, though. That was the 20 car of Jose Godino up in the wall. And Gerald Thanos Poole manages to avoid it. He has been caught in everything the last few weeks, but he now has that Jeff Young car moving towards the front. He is up 9 spots to 22nd after dodging a lot of chaos right behind him. Back up front, Bronson and Babinger, no real change. Bronson sitting right on the back bumper, just waiting for Babinger to make a mistake. If he's waiting on Babinger to make a mistake, he may be waiting all night long. Topher Baltimore asking, who let the dog out on the track? Babinger continuing to lead. He has Bronson right on him, but right in front of him, 3 more lapped cars. They've been green just long enough that they are starting to catch the back of the field again. Once these damaged cars that have been on pit road get back out on track, they're going to have even more lap cars, as now Bronson challenges for the lead. He's down to the inside coming across the start-finish line. He's got that bottom line through 1 and 2. Babinger not fighting too hard as the car is spun in the infield. I believe that is Johnny B. Let's take a quick look. I do believe that was Johnny B that was spun to the infield. Yeah, he just gets loose coming through 1 and 2 and hits the infield wall. Unfortunate as he was starting to make his way forward. Jonathan Bronson, though, now to the lead and coming up on a bunch of lap cars right in front of him as the 17 comes down off the wall. And the leaders having to get through this lap chaos while they're 3 and 4 wide, battling for position right in front of him. Per XCAL rules, they have to be 1 or more laps down before they give way. These guys are just now getting lapped for the first time and still battling for it. They're 4 wide. The leader is 4 wide with the lap cars he just came around. Babinger there with him too. They both make it through the lap traffic cleanly, but there was a few close calls, and Luke Turpin now looking to the inside for second place. Blaine Aiken in the 66, first race with this group, and he is right there trying to get around the lap car of, I believe that's Stephen Rex in the 28. Good to see Stephen Rex manage to get back out on track. He took a very hard hit in that big one. Nick Ramsey, another one of the new drivers here tonight, has made his way up into 11th. Robert Colgan, we mentioned him earlier. He is just steadily working his way through the field. He is now up to 14th after starting 26th. Jose Godino, even though he got into the wall a few laps ago in the 20 car, he is now up into 23rd. Gerald Thanos Poole managed to drive through all the chaos and has made it up to 24th, but starting to lose a few positions here. And about to be in the clutches of the leader, Jonathan Bronson. As the green flag laps continue to stretch on, it looks like things are actually starting to calm down a little bit. Bit of a surprise given I spoke too soon, as here they come 3 wide. Matt Bear in that mix. Matt Bear took a hard hit, got caught in the middle of that chaos. He's about to get caught again as the 22 is sideways. Off the nose of the 77, Matt Bear managed to avoid all that. He's going to drop to the bottom and try and take a couple of positions here. Matt Bear back up into 16th right now. Matt qualifying on the pole. You heard him say during the heat races, he actually pulled off track 1 lap shy of the victory a couple of times just to make sure he could get some more laps in here. Trevor Birchmere involved in an incident. Oh, the 1 car blew their motor there on the back straightaway. I know he got caught in some earlier incidents. Might have a lot to do with it there. Birchmere may be done for tonight. Matt Bear has come to pit road. Bit of a surprise seeing Matt Bear on pit road this early. He knew he could go 72 laps on fuel, but he did have to pit earlier. He pitted under the first caution, gave up the lead. So a little bit of a surprise to see Matt on pit road this soon. As the 48 now navigating the same lap traffic, Bronson just came through. And Bronson really doing a really good job of navigating this lap traffic here tonight. Caught all of it very quickly. Luke Turpin has gone to pit road now. Nope, he is not. It just told me he did, though. Bronson now looking to the inside, trying to get around. Greg Hull's in the 61. Greg giving way just a little bit there. Here comes the 82 up on the high side as well. That is Alex Gangler, who started out way up front, has lost a lot of positions so far tonight. Alex started in 3rd. He is now back in 22nd. Bronson continues to lead, but they are 3 wide right behind him, and that is a mix of lap cars and lead lap cars. The 66 and the 454, the 48, all on the lead lap. Everybody else 1 or more laps down, fighting to try and stay relevant here, stay in the battle, and hopefully get that wave around. Blaine Aiken is just making his way forward extremely quickly. That K2 team definitely gave him a hot rod tonight, starting in 40th, now up to 4th. Luke Turpin, though, Jordan Babinger, and Jonathan Bronson, they all know how to win an XCAL competition. I would fully expect to see these 3 guys keep the newcomer behind them tonight. John Batista was another one we're told to watch tonight there in the 81 car, has made his way from 34th up to 5th place. John was another one that was expected to make some waves here tonight, make his way through the field. Jonathan Bronson continuing to lead after taking the lead away from Matt Bear, has been up front ever since. Babinger's tried to get around him. Has not had any luck, and now that they're in this lap traffic, Bronson has started to open up a bit of a lead here. Pat Sullivan, though, is starting to make his way forward. He started in 13th. He is now up to 7th. Nick Ramsey, who started back in 36th, now up to 8th. And Kenny Tripp now back in the top 10, with Tyler McRae in the top 10 as well. Tyler running in 10th after starting in 20th. Jonathan Bronson, Jordan Babinger have come to pit road. Luke Turpin now taking the lead. And we know Luke Turpin, these guys are on pit road now. I bet we don't see Luke for another 10 laps. Luke Turpin, one of the best at extending the life of that car, getting the most out of the fuel, as newcomer Blaine Aiken now on pit road in the 66 car. And that moves John Batista up to second place. As our first cycle of green flag pit stops now underway. And as we mentioned, Luke Turpin will watch and see how many laps more he can go than everybody else around him. On average, it's been, generally speaking, on these short tracks, half mile or less, he can go 10 or more laps than everybody else on fuel. I think actually at Southern National, I think one pit stop he went 12 laps further than everybody, and Marty and I were both shocked by that, how far he could extend the fuel. John Batista still out. Pat Sullivan still out. And Pat just coming through that mess right behind him. Nick Ramsey, the newcomer, stuck in the middle of that in the 03. Nick Ramsey does some real life driving in Canada as well. Definitely one to watch for the remainder of the season. And going into next season in XCAL, expect to see good things from him. Everybody expecting him to be fast here. And he's definitely showing it after starting in 36th and running up in 6th, battling with some of the top guys like Kenny Tripp, Tyler McRae, and Pat Sullivan. Luke Turpin still leading and showing no signs of coming to pit road yet. Currently only showing about 12 cars on the lead lap. That will change once Turpin comes down pit road. But while some of these guys are out here stretching their mileage as far as they can, and Matt Bear now back up in the top 10. Matt Bear, we know, can go 72 laps on fuel. He pitted earlier, and he is now going to have the advantage of that extra fuel. Luke Turpin has come to pit road. So about 8 laps further than everybody else around him. John Batista staying out. I would expect to see him on pit road next time. Pat Sullivan staying out. Tyler McRae, Kenny Tripp, some of these guys that are now up here did pit on that last caution. Definitely taking advantage of the extra fuel and all the chaos that comes with trying to pit here. The thing about this track that makes it so much different is most tracks, you have a little bit of runoff area down to the pits and back up off the pits. This track, your exit and entrance are at the same point. Let's take a ride with Batista here, and we'll see what they mean when we come out of turn 2. Down on, looking at his in-car, you can see, doesn't get a real good view, but right there to the left is the entry, and the exit was even with him. See if we can get a better look at it as he comes around this time. There's the pit entry right underneath of him. The pit exit was right there too. There is a bit of a crossover where these guys will have to, the guys coming on have to avoid the guys coming off of pit road and vice versa. That can make things a very sketchy situation down there. And as we mentioned, Matt Baer, having stopped earlier, now up into 6th place. And Nick Ramsey now up into 5th. So another newcomer up here at the top, 100 laps into this race. Robert Colgan, looks like Robert stayed out. Sean Andrews gave up 8th place to come to pit road this time. And you see the 99 coming up off of pit road there. And you can see the kind of chaos that would cause, it can cause when you're coming up off pit road and these guys are running down on the apron around to get around this track quickly. All right, while John Batista continues to lead, we will take our next commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we are back, and Kenny Tripp now in the lead. He gives up the lead. Alex Crasper now up front, leading for the first time this race. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he led his first lap last week during green flag pit stops as well. But not surprised at all, Matt Baer now up into second. He had the strategy figured out for tonight. Just needed cautions to fall his way. They definitely have so far, although getting caught in one I'm sure was not part of the plan. But here he comes towards the front. Greg Hull's now going to pit road. Miguel Angel Cardozo is up into fourth now. He'll actually take third here in just a moment. Great run out of another new driver. He is on the same team with Octavio Rondoletto, and obviously that 78 car very, very fast, as well as the 77. These guys always up battling toward the front. Speaking of the 77, there he is. Octavio running in the top 10 again here tonight, up from starting 24th, one of his worst qualifying runs this season. As the 78, his teammate drops to pit road. Alex Crasper has a little bit of breathing room. 3.5 seconds back to Matt Bear right now. Alex Krasper and Matt Bear are the last two that need to go to pit road right now. They have been out there the longest. Once they come to pit road, everything will cycle back around, and I think we might see a rookie driver up front for the first time tonight. As currently, Blaine Aiken is running in third place in the 66 car. That car extremely fast here tonight. Alex Krasper has given up the lead to come to pit road. Matt Bear will assume the lead momentarily. Now Matt Bear takes the lead at the line. Matt Bear back to the lead. He gave up the lead on the lap, right around lap 20. At that very first caution, he gave the lead up and dropped back to about 17th spot where he was when he got caught in the second caution. You can see the damage there. He got stopped, just barely nudged the car in front of him, got hit from behind, and still has managed to recover, stretching that fuel mileage, making that strategy work here tonight. And hey, as always, you guys have a favorite driver, somebody you're cheering on, drop it in the chat. Talk to us. Talk to me. Marty's not here, so you guys can talk to me tonight. All right, Matt Bear gives up the lead. When they cycle around in just a couple of laps, that 66 car should take the lead here in just a moment, as he is in a mess of lap traffic as they go 3 wide right behind him. Briefly 4 wide. He gets clear of that mess. And he is single file lap traffic in front of him. He'll have a lot easier time negotiating some of that traffic now that they're all single file. And at lap 118, for the first time in his XCAL debut here tonight, Blaine Aiken takes the lead. Luke Turpin now back into second. Tyler McRae has charged his way up. He is now in third. And John Batista, you heard him talked about pre-race that he was going to be one to watch. He's showing why. That 81 car started 34th, is now up to 4th. Jordan Babinger is in 5th. Ethan Johnson now up to 6th. Octavio Rondoletto is up to 7th, and we know Octavio, if these guys are out here playing checkers, maybe chess, he's playing 3D chess, and he's playing 3 games of it at once. We'll see if he can get to the front and finally break back through, get his second XCAL win of the season here tonight. Mason Foster is in 8th, Patrick Sullivan 9th, and Cole Patrick is 10th. Debbie McKinney cheering on Matt Bear, saying that pit strategy might actually end up paying off here. It's definitely looking that way. He is going further than everybody else, and he's fast. He's always so fast. And we're starting to actually see some of those cars that pitted right around lap 70 now hitting pit road again. A few cars. Brett Edgar hit pit road as Daniel Miller came back up off of pit road. So starting to see some other pit stops as well, several different strategies due to the 2 early cautions. But we have been green flag since about lap 50. Some of the drivers were concerned with the 3 and 4 wide that it would be utter chaos here tonight, but this just goes to show you the skill of the XCAL boys and girls, I should mention, the skill of these XCAL drivers and why they are the premier street stock league on iRacing, because they can go 5 and 6 wide and keep the cars all going the right way. Matt Bear gets off of pit road, currently now being scored in 14th. Danielle Sargent cheering on Ryan Seams and Travis Sokup, Joe Campbell, Sean Andrews, Mason Foster, Gerald Thanos Poole, and Alex Cresper. I cannot speak all of a sudden. And they are 3 wide up front as the leaders get into heavy lap traffic. The 131 wisely drops out and manages to duck down to pit road. The 131 made a very crazy move there. And Luke Turpin in the lead. Tyler McRae currently running in second, stuck in lap traffic, 7 seconds back. After the green flag pit stops, we have 14 cars on the lead lap. Kenny Tripp is the last car on the lead lap, and he is just in front of the leaders. Looks like as scoring updated, it's only 8 cars on the lead lap now. My mistake. So 8 cars on the lead lap. If the caution comes out, the 4 cars that will get back around right now, Alex Crasper, Matt Bear, Kendrick Cryer, and newcomer Nick Ramsey. Those guys still fighting to try and stay in position to stay on the lead lap or get the opportunity to get back to the lead lap as Luke Turpin continues to drive away from this field here. Now that we've been this long without a caution and a cycle of green flag pit stops has been completed, the field is continuing to stretch out. We'll take a look through at least part of the field really quick. Luke Turpin in the lead, Tyler McRae in second, John Batista in third, stuck with some heavy lap traffic there. Great run out of John after starting 34th. Jordan Babinger currently running in 4th. Ethan Johnson currently running in 5th after starting 35th. Octavio Rondoletto, the 48th, even though he's the 77. He is currently running in 7th after starting in 24th. Mason Foster now up into 8th. Alex Cresper having another great run here. He is in 9th, and he's got a good-looking logo on the hood of his car, I might add. See that? That's a good-looking logo. Matt Bear back into the top 10. He is in 10th place now. Kendrick Cryer in 11th, side by side with the 03 of Nick Ramsey. And as they continue to battle, Cole Patrick being shown in 13th, Kenny Tripp in 14th, Robert Colgan in 15th. 16th is Greg Holes. Sean Andrews 17th, Logan Jones 18th. 19th, currently John Friley. Blaine Aiken is 19th. Friley now 20th. Another newcomer, Miguel Angel Cardozo, had a great early run. Definitely struggling since the pit stop. Expect to see him back up there, though. His team owner, Octavio Rondoletto, giving him tips, I am sure. He is currently in 21st. Jose Godino is currently running in 22nd. Now to 23rd as Gangler takes 22nd. Gerald Thanos Poole is up to 24th now. Jonathan Bronson has fallen all the way back to 25th after the issues earlier in the race. Derek Colson 26th. Johnny B, after getting hit very hard. Oh, as we've got a wreck going on right behind Johnny B. Everybody keeps going the right way, though. I believe that was Daniel Miller got caught in that in 28th place. Art Hendren is currently on pit road for repairs being scored in 29th. Travis Sokup is 30th. Joe Campbell 31st. Ryan Seams 32nd. Stephen Rex on pit road in 34th. Brett Edgar just taking 33rd. Rounding out the field, Chase Johnson, Jeremy Leto, Noah Carpenter, Trevor Birchmere, Lindsay Lyles, the First Lady of XCAL not on track at the moment, may be done for the night. And apparently after those early cautions, all those incidents, looking in the Discord, there's a lot of angry chatter going on. There was a lot of frustration during the heats this week, and a lot of guys really struggling, just trying to avoid getting caught up in issues and other incidents on track. Seeing quite a few of these guys still frustrated after that. Could make going into Texas one of the biggest tracks that they run in XCAL. Could make going there very interesting, especially during the heats when these guys are going to want to return some favors, I would imagine. And hey, while you're watching, hit that like button and that share button. That helps boost how many people are watching. That helps get eyes for these sponsors. XCAL has some of the best sponsors out there. Sim Racer Coin, K2, Butt Kicker, more Polish Pottery, and many, many more. And we want to get those sponsors as much attention as possible. Just hitting that share button helps XCAL out a lot. And hey, when the race is over, go look on the How to Suck at iRacing Facebook page. There is a challenge going on there. There is an upcoming iRacing race for the MS Society. And as somebody who has MS, it is very important to me. I'll be doing the full 4 hours myself. I'll be soloing that race. And we are trying to raise money for that. There is a donation link there. And I have said if we reach $2,500, I will shave all my facial hair for the first time in over 25 years. My children have never seen me without facial hair. And heck, if we hit that $2,500, I'll just announce it here. If we hit that goal, I'll do it live. Luke Turpin continuing to lead. Lap 150. Tyler McRae in second, John Batista in third, Jordan Babinger is fourth, and Ethan Johnson now into fifth. Before we get to the next round of pit stops, let's take a quick commercial break, show those sponsors a little bit of love. All right, we are back, and they are still going at it right now. Luke Turpin coming to pit road. John Batista will reassume the lead here in just a moment. John having his best run of his XCAL career here tonight. He's led a couple of different times. Tyler McRae is currently running in second, and Matt Baird now up into third. Pat Sullivan comes up to fourth. Alex Crapser in 5th. Kenny Tripp is currently 6th. Nick Ramsey battling back there in 7th. Cole Patrick is in 8th. Robert Colgan now running in 9th, and Greg Holes in 10th as we start to see some more green flag pit stops, lap 157. Tyler McRae is going to hit pit road this time. John Batista now having a 12-second lead over Matt Baer, but he is in heavy lap traffic. And John Batista ducking down to pit road. Matt Baer will reassume the lead here in a moment. Remember, Matt Baer is on a slightly different pit strategy than everybody else, and it looks like so far tonight that strategy has been paying off. It might pay off again here in a moment. Logan Jones involved in an incident. Let's see what happened. Oh, it looks like the 16 car just came down. Logan managed to get off the track, did not draw the caution on this one. So great work by Logan Jones, keeping the track green for everybody. That's a huge blow, though. He was having an amazing run here tonight. As pit stops continue to cycle, Jonathan Bronson on pit road. Tyler McRae, John Batista has come back up off of pit road. Mason Foster has gone to pit road. So everybody's starting to cycle through, and Matt Baer continuing to lap more and more cars as he comes by the 51 and the 5. Derek Colson currently in the 5. He is currently running in 23rd spot. Not one of his best runs this season. We're used to seeing him closer to the front. Looks like that car might be pushing just a little bit in the corners. He's having a hard time getting that thing around, even up on the high line. Not used to seeing handling struggles out of that 5 car, but definitely having some problems here tonight. Pat Sullivan has had some great runs here recently. Has not been able to get the finishes he really wanted. He's had a few good finishes here and there, but that car looking extremely strong tonight as well. Blaine Aiken is currently in 8th place, about to go a lap down. That is the newcomer that started in 40th. Has made his way up to 8th, but due to just how fast these leaders are, he is within striking distance of the leader and going a lap down. Actually, he's just now showing a lap down. Greg Holes is the last car on the lead lap in 7th. '19 car still continuing to lead. He led early, short pitted, and his short pit strategy seems to be paying off. Nick Ramsey, another one of the new rookies, has gone to pit road, giving up 5th place. And we mentioned, I have not seen Austin Edwards is not here tonight. Austin Edwards came into tonight, or would have come into tonight with 8 wins, the most of anybody in this season. He has been a force to be reckoned with all season long, but he has only been in 13 races, and he's still been moving his team up the points. Not here tonight, and definitely expected to see that driver win here tonight. So a bit of a surprise he is not here, but gives Matt Baer and some of these other guys an opportunity, as Austin has really been on a tear in recent weeks. Alex Crapser just been in the league a couple of weeks now. and already putting on quite a show. He's had several good races in a row, and now he is currently running in second place. Not far behind him in fourth place is Kenny Tripp. And Kenny Tripp is stuck in a bunch of lap cars as they're 4 wide all the way around the track. Now they decide to go 3 wide for this turn. Everybody decided to take a breather for a moment. Kenny Tripp down on the bottom in the 12 car. That has been this whole race. They stretch out a little bit after the green flag pit stops. They stretch out for just a little bit as we've got a car wobbling. The 131 got a little bit loose up off the turn. That is Ryan Seams in the 131. Let's see if we can take a look and see. Taking a look at Ryan, he has been struggling with the handling on that car. He has been loose all night. Yeah, I know he made a early pit stop earlier in the race. Oh, as he gets on the wall. Gets it down before they get to the gap. If you hit that gap in the wall, your race is over. He manages to get back down off the wall, but that car has not been handling the way he wants it to here tonight. He is definitely struggling. We've seen some good runs out of Ryan lately. Very consistent. Not necessarily at the top, but very consistent top 15 car, just struggling here tonight in 32nd. Kenny Tripp finally getting clear of a lot of the chaos around him. As we mentioned early on, we have seen it all night. A bunch of 2, 3 wide, 2 and 3 and 4 wide racing. We have seen 6 wide racing at some points. I honestly did not think they could get them 6 wide here, but they have been proving me wrong all night. John Batista starting to work his way back up after his pit stop. He is now in 8th. Meanwhile, the leader, Matt Baer, continuing to click off laps. He has got almost a 5-second lead over Alex Krapser, and he is about to come into some very, very heavy lap traffic here in just a couple of laps, but he cannot slow down as Krapser not far behind, just 5 seconds back. A few seconds back from him, Pat Sullivan. Matt Baer has been out here longer than anybody. He'll be on pit road probably in the next 10 to 15 laps. He's got to get every advantage he can here. Caution! Sean Andrew, the 23, comes down off the wall, collects the 99 and another car up by the wall, brings us under third caution of the night. Last caution around lap 50. These guys have managed to keep it clean for over 120 laps. Side by side, 3 and 4 wide, and now we have 5 cars on the lead lap. Matt Baer, Alex Krapser, Pat Sullivan, Kenny Tripp, Robert Colgan. However, the wave around should go to Greg Holtz, Blaine Aiken, John Batista, and Luke Turpin. So we'll have 9 cars on the lead lap after this. And we'll probably see just about, we know Matt Baer is going to come to pit road. Alex Krapser is coming to pit road. It looks like all the leaders are going to come to pit road. Perfect time to get in another commercial right quick, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, we are back as the pit stops continue to cycle. Looks like Luke Turpin has stayed out. He will assume He should. No, he is getting. He'll be back to the lead lap. We'll have to wait and see if Luke comes to pit road. Many things are about to change as several drivers stay out trying to get themselves back to the lead lap. All of the lead lap cars have come to pit road and are still there. So some of these guys definitely taking the advantage, and some of these guys will have pitted just a little bit ago. This is going to help them out as well. Looking at the pit strategy, Crapser, Bear both on pit road. Kenny Tripp's been out there for a while. These guys start to get waved around. Turpin, Rondoletto, Babinger, Batista, and Colgan. Looks like just about everybody in that group now going to be coming to pit road, getting their pit stops out of the way. And after pit stops, at least for the moment, Alex Crapser is taking the lead. And this has definitely been a wild, wild race for these guys here tonight. 2 early cautions in the first 50 laps. One very big incident, and pit strategies all over the place now. Several cars making it from the back to the front. Several cars really struggling. Update you on a couple. Alex Crapser leading, started in 14th. He has been progressively working his way forward. Matt Bear started on the pole. He is now back on the correct pit strategy with everybody else. Luke Turpin started in second, now running in third. Octavio Rondoletto, we've talked about him every week, just on the cusp of getting his second win of the season. Hasn't been able to pull it off yet. Started in 24th, one of his worst qualifying runs of the season, now up into 4th. Jordan Babinger comes into tonight. His team second in points. He's currently running in 5th. John Batista, can't say enough good about him tonight. Having one heck of a run, started in 34th, making his way all the way up to 6th. Robert Colgan, who started in 26th, now up into 7th. Blaine Aiken, another new driver this week. For his XCAL debut, he's already led laps tonight. He has started dead last in 40th place and has made his way up to 8th. Pat Sullivan now up to 9th. And Ethan Johnson started 35th up to 10th. Several of these drivers really putting on a show here tonight, putting on a clinic here. They'll go one more, at least it looks like one more time by, and we will go green again here. And as we approach the halfway point, don't forget, you saw the commercial for it, the Higgins, the XCAL Superfan Spotter Pack. If you haven't experienced that, you can go to the How to Suck at iRacing YouTube channel and search for the debut video of Higgins, the XCAL Superfan Spotter Pack. My advice, use that in practice the first time because you'll be laughing so hard you'll wreck if you try and do it in a race. I know this from experience. Pace truck is in. Alex gets to fire first. Green flag in the air. Alex Crapser is away. Matt Bear right there with him. They're already looking like they're going to try and make it 3 wide through 1 and 2. Not going to get there yet. Matt Bear securely in second. Luke Turpin in 3rd place. Now just a few cars back, but stuck with a lot of lap traffic right in front of him. And this is when we'll start to see a lot of cars going 3 and 4 wide here tonight, folks. Octavio Rondoletto up in 4th, several cars back, a lot of lap traffic between him and Jordan Babinger making a move for position. They're 3 wide coming, they're 4 wide coming through 3 and 4. Rondoletto backs out just a little bit. John Batista right back there with him as well, just waiting to letting these 2 cars in front of him make a hole through the lap traffic. Last time by, the fastest lap of the race was Blaine Aiken. This late in the race, mired in traffic, Blaine coming through the field extremely quickly. Blaine Aiken just putting on a heck of a show here tonight. Robert Colgan, another one who's picked up a ton of positions, started in 26th, now up into 8th. Meanwhile, up front, Matt Bear is starting to check out from the field. Crapser managing to stay with him, but last time by, Matt Bear actually had the fastest lap of the race so far. Eight cars on the lead lap for the moment. Robert Colgan, the last car on the lead lap. Pat Sullivan in 9th, the first car 1 lap down, followed by Ethan Johnson, Nick Ramsey, and Cole Patrick. Those are the cars right now. If another caution comes out, those are the cars that will get their laps back. And the way these guys are running is we've got a little bit of bumping back here. Octavio getting a little impatient with the lap cars. He's trying to get them out of his way. We saw Octavio use the chrome horn for the first time in XCAL racing just a few weeks ago to move a car out of his way. Looks like Octavio has got some new aggression in there, along with all of his strategy, skill, and his fast hot rod there. Getting a bit more aggressive later in the season, and it is awesome to watch him work. They are still 3 and 4 wide. The 131 up there stuck on the wall. Ryan Seams, we talked about him earlier. He started in 22nd. He had managed to work his way into the top 20 briefly, but struggling with the handling on that car. You see him getting loose there every lap. He is struggling getting off the turn, cannot get that car to grip, and he has gone backwards, now running in 33rd. Jordan Babinger, another one. He has just been lurking in the top 5 all night, currently running in 6th. Bit of a surprise there that he is out of the top 5. He has just been hanging out back there. He has been able to run with every other car on track here tonight. Robert Colgan now trying to make his way through the traffic. He's there in the 7 car. You saw him trying to follow the 48 and the 77 through. Has not had as much success there, but he is now looking to the inside of the 999 of Gerald Thanos Poole. And just a huge personal shout out to Gerald Poole's sponsor, Jeff Young. Yes, that Jeff Young, the guitarist from Megadeth, is sponsoring 2 of these cars with his group Tennifer Gin as well. Got to interview him not too long ago. Very, very cool. And we've got a little bit of a problem with the 7 car there. Not sure what happened with Robert. He just checked up a little bit in the turn there. Matt Bear continuing to lead right now, starting to open up the lead. Luke Turpin back in 3rd as Alex Crapser is in 2nd. And Luke Turpin quite a ways behind the 2 lead cars. The 2 leaders are nose to tail. Luke Turpin 5 seconds back from them. And Blaine Aiken now starting to make his way through this lap traffic. He is in 4th. And putting on a clinic in driving here tonight. Right behind him, John Batista has got 2 lap cars between him and Blaine trying to make something happen. He's going to drop to the inside of Tyler McRae. Sorry, that was not Tyler McRae. That was Kendrick Cryer, my bad. Oh, a little bit of a bump. Kendrick Cryer and the 81 get together. Kendrick goes up the track. The 81 finally gets clear. And the 48 of Jordan Babinger is going to use... No, he can't get there. Kendrick Cryer now right back to the back bumper. Is he going to use the bumper here after getting doored? Does not look like it. Doesn't look like he can hang on to it. Kendrick Cryer is another one. We're used to seeing him up at the front. We're used to seeing him battling for the lead and the win here. He qualified back in 33rd. He had to use a starting spot based on his being top 15 in points. He had to start back in 33rd and has struggled to get towards the front here tonight. Jordan Babinger now looking to the inside, trying to make his way forward through this lap traffic as well. And the 15 gets into the wall there as Babinger gets underneath him. The 15's going to pull a crossover move here. They're not even on the same lap, but Kendrick Cryer battling like it's the last lap for the lead here. He is not giving up any ground here tonight. Octavio Rondoletto sitting behind this has to be wondering what's going on there. The outside line really starting to come in here as well. You can definitely save some tires running up high. Looks like Kendrick finally jumps to the high side, lets everybody go by. Some of these guys carrying a lot of momentum up off as you see Kendrick Cryer gets right back to Octavio's back bumper. This outside line definitely starting to work really, really well here later in the race as they get some rubber laid down on the track. And we've seen multiple lines all night long out of everybody here. They're all doing an amazing job, but pretty impressive to see all the different lines and everybody making everything work that well. Matt Bear finally starting to work his way. We've been green for just over 20 laps, or just over 30 laps now, and he is finally back into lap traffic as he passes the 20 car now. Jose Godino, we saw him get moved up into the wall earlier tonight. He has managed to recover really well. He had gotten pushed back almost to 30th, now back up into 18th spot and continuing to march forward. Another newcomer we mentioned on the same team as Octavio Rondoletto in the 78 car, Miguel Angel Cardozo, is currently running in 19th in his XCAL debut. Now this is his street stock debut. He does run the trucks with him. The 78 needed a driver. He was available, and here he comes charging towards the front. And you know, if he's in that 78 car, he's got a lot of help from Octavio, and he's got a fast race car here. And hey, if you're interested in sponsoring XCAL, getting on some of these broadcasts, getting your name out there, go check out xcalracing.com. And you can also find the Higgins the XCAL Superfan Spotter Pack there. You can order yourself some K2 sauce there. Links to all the sponsors, Sim Racer Corn, more Polish Pottery, all the wonderful sponsors that XCAL has working with them. Your guys' help definitely helps keep these leagues running. 220 laps, almost 220 laps into this, just over halfway. Matt Bear continues to lead. Alex Crapser, though, sitting right there with him in second place. He is not pushing that car very hard. He is just riding along. He knows he can stay with the leader. We could see it come down to these two at the line tonight. Alex seems to be the only car that can easily keep up with him. But as I say that, back in third, just 6 seconds back from the leader, is the 66 of Blaine Aiken. Blaine started dead last and is up to third. He's picked up 37 spots here tonight. As the 16 gets loose, I think the 16 might have been of Patrick Sullivan, may have been trying to dive to pit road there and got in a little bit too hot. Blaine, another new driver here tonight in his XCAL debut, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm willing to bet he has an XCAL ride for the rest of the season before the night's out. Putting on a great show in that K2 Sauce car. And don't forget, K2 Sauce has the regular, they have spicy, and coming soon, Southern style. Which somebody better send me a Southern style very quickly. I'm in the South. I should be the one to do the taste testing for it, just saying. John Batista, another newer driver, up into, started 34th, now up into 4th, navigating the lap traffic. Luke Turpin, we saw him stretch his fuel mileage earlier in the race. Wondering if that's going to come into play. He is currently running in 5th and showed he can go 10 to 15 laps more than everybody else, but that lap traffic in front of him getting a little bit sketchy. Jordan Babinger in 6th, making his way forward. Octavio Rondoletto comes to pit road, gives up 7th position. Robert Colgan had an issue earlier in the run. He is going to move up into 7th now. Pat Sullivan running currently in 9th. He'll get 8th place here in just a moment, having a great run, staying in the top 10 most of the night. And Ethan Johnson started back in 35th. He is another XCAL newcomer tonight, and he is just storming along as well. The newcomers definitely showing they deserve to be here, and I think a few of them might have a full-time ride after tonight. Some of these car owners are definitely paying attention. I guarantee you that. Nick Ramsey crashes in 3 and 4. Caution is out as green flag pit stops were underway. That's going to change everything here, folks. Nick coming off of turn 2, gets down into the corner. The 17 just got a little bit of the back corner. And the 99 gets collected in that as well. Tyler McRae, the weapon involved. Meanwhile, Matt Bear continuing to lead, and Alex Crapser in 2nd. Doing some quick math here, Matt Bear is still going to need, based on what he told us in the pre-race, he's still going to need 2 stops from here. Even if he comes in now, he will still have to stop at least one more time. So we'll see if he comes in, if the strategy plays out. He can run 72 laps on a tank. And yes, Matt Bear is going to give up the lead and come in. Alex Crapser is coming in. Looks like Blaine is going to come in as well. John Batista staying out. Luke Turpin comes in. Jordan Babinger comes in. Robert Colgan he's going to come in. Patrick Sullivan coming in. Those were the cars on the lead lap. The only lead lap car staying out is John Batista. Cars in the waiver round position right now: Ethan Johnson, Kenny Tripp, Cole Patrick, and Greg Hulls. After the caution, we should have about 12 cars to the lead lap now. And it looks like Batista stayed out, got another lap lead, and now he's coming to pit road, as so is the 53, and they really dove it in there that time. Matt Bear coming back up off pit road now. All right, while we've got the caution, let's get another commercial out of the way so we can have more green flag laps. Be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
car back, and it's time to reset the field as they finish pacing around here. Matt Bear currently in the lead. Alex Krapser in second. Blaine Aiken in third. Luke Turpin is fourth. Jordan Babinger is fifth. Robert Colgan sixth. John Batista is in seventh. Tyler McRae eighth. Pat Sullivan ninth. Greg Holes in 10th. Pace car is in. Green flag back underway at lap 235. Matt Bear gets a decent jump, but it's not going to be enough because here comes newcomer Blaine Aiken already looking to pick up some positions here in the 66 car. He is on the move. He has come up from dead last to third here tonight, and now he's got a chance to take the lead for the first time in his XCAL career. Matt Bear protecting that bottom line here. Don't know how long he'll be able to hold him off, though. That 66 looks to get a nose in. Can't quite get it in there. Coming up off of turn 4, he's going to try it again, and they are side by side. Jordan Babinger right there with him. Alex Krapser up on the high side. Any mistake on the bottom, and Alex Krapser is going to get away here. Babinger just kind of hanging back there. And now in the picture with this group is Luke Turpin as they battle. He is right there with them. The top 5 all right there together. Matt Bear, Alex Krapser alternating the lead now. It looks like Krapser had it at the line. The Luke Turpin closes back up on the field. Matt Bear still holding on to the lead that time by. It seems like every lap the who is scored as the leader at the line changes. At the line this time it is Matt Bear, but Alex has led a few laps here tonight. And Blaine came through the field rather quickly. Don't look for him to be happy with third place here. Could we see tonight the first time in XCAL where a rookie driver in their debut gets the win? He definitely is fast. You know his car owner extremely happy here as now Blaine is in second, looking for the lead down low. He's got the line on Matt Bear. Will he have enough momentum? Up off 2, not yet. Matt Bear manages to clear him off into 3. Looks like Alex is struggling up there on the high side. He drops back. Babinger now to 3rd. Oh! Blaine turned Matt Bear. Just a little nudge right through that part of the track where it gets a little bit squirrely. Your car is a little unstable. And there you have it. Oh! Matt Bear got the wall. That is why Blaine had so much more momentum down into turn 1. Matt Bear gets turned around. And sent backwards here. Matt Bear now back to 7th. He should maintain the lead lap, but he's got some work to do to get back up front. And we talked about it, I mentioned it just a few moments ago. Alex Krapser up there on the high side. He managed to capitalize on that. Now being scored in the lead in the 29. What a turn of events. Matt Bear several cars back now in 7th place. Still on the lead lap. Babinger and Luke Turpin coming to pit road. Bit of a surprise out of that surprise move there. As most of these guys just came off of pit road not that many laps ago, and now they're going back to pit road. Probably just a quick splash of gas, get back out there and see what they can do. Octavio Rondoletto now up into 13th. Lost a little bit of ground during the pit stops. Greg Holes has been in and out of the top 10 all night, and now in 11th. Kenny Tripp is in 10th. Pat Sullivan's 9th. Tyler McRae on pit road in the 99. He got caught in that previous caution and has managed to maintain, currently being scored in 8th. He'll lose a few spots on pit road. Kendrick Cryer had been struggling earlier as well. He is now up into 15th place. Another newcomer, Nick Ramsey, currently started in 36th. He is currently in 16th, and he's going to pick up a few positions on this. Looking back for some other stories, Ryan Seams started 22nd. He has dropped to 34th currently, trying to get the handling on that car right. He's been struggling with the handling all night long. Alex Krapser in the lead. Colgan now in second. Put Luke Turpin to third. John Batista now in fourth. Jordan Babinger fifth. Matt Bear is now being scored to fifth. Greg Hull's now in the top 10, being scored in 9th. Back in the top 10, he has been lingering back there all night. Not the fastest, but one of the most consistent. And he is one of the guys that has been making that outside line really work for him, getting a huge advantage up there. One lap to go. Alex Krapser, Robert Colgan, Luke Turpin, Matt Bear, and Pat Sullivan, your top 5. Jordan Babinger, John Batista, Octavio Rondoletto, Greg Hulls, and Tyler McRae rounding out the top 10. Pace truck is in. Alex will get to fire first here. Robert Colgan, the first time he has been up front tonight. Green flag back in the air. Alex gets a good jump down into turn 1. And Luke Turpin follows him through. Meanwhile, right behind him, it is 3 wide all the way around the track. As the 48 having to work through some of this lap traffic now. And a little bit of chaos going on back behind him. Everybody sorting out. Pat Sullivan in 5th place, stuck back in a bunch of lap traffic, and has avoided a couple of different incidents in the last couple laps. Matt Bear, after that incident, now in 4th, but he is 6 seconds behind the leaders. Robert Colgan, however, in 3rd. He is just behind the leaders. First time we've seen him up in the top 3 all night. He has been steadily working his way forward. Luke Turpin in the lead now. He gets around Alex Krapser. Matt Bear trying to work his way back to the front. He has been one of the dominant cars here tonight, just trying to make something happen. All that lap traffic around him, though, he is stuck in a hornet's nest of cars. And they are not, you see them, they're going 4 wide right in front of him. He has got to be holding his breath right now. They're 4 wide in front of him, 4 wide behind him. John Batista stuck up on the high side. And a little bit of banging in the middle of the field there. Everybody keeps it going straight. And again, just a huge shout out to all the XCAL drivers out here tonight. They do an amazing job in these situations where there's so many battles, so many cars side by side. And who'd have thought you could go 4, 5, and 6 wide at Irwindale? I figured 3 wide. Before we started tonight, I was talking to the admins. They fully said they expected to see 4 wide. I don't think anybody expected to see 6 wide. Yet the first 10 laps, we saw 6 wide. And I would imagine the last 10, we might see it again. Luke Turpin, though, out front for the first time here tonight and starting to open up a lead. He has got right at a 1-second lead over Alex Krapser. Robert Colgan back there in third has lost a little ground on the 2 lead cars. And Matt Bear still struggling to get through the lap traffic there as he's got Greg Hulls at the tail end of the lead lap right in front of him. Greg trying to fight his way back up. He is in 10th place. He is just trying to stay in a position to get back to the lead lap here. Ethan Johnson, though, right there with him. And Luke Turpin starting to walk away from the field. And remember, Luke Turpin can stretch that fuel 10 to 15 laps further than anybody else. Blaine Aiken, after the caution, the incident getting into the leader, is now back into 13th place. Being scored 1 lap down, trying to fight his way back up there. He has fought his way from dead last to the lead once tonight. Can he do it again? He's got a ton of lap traffic in front of him, though. He's got a hard road to get back to where he was. Even if he finished here, though, 13th place after starting 40th, still one heck of a run here tonight for him. And Luke Turpin, after just about 15 laps under green, is now starting to put cars, catch up to lap cars again. Lindsay Lyles, the first lady of XCAL, out of the race after the early incident. And it looks like a car. I think John Batista might have had an issue a moment ago. He got together with the 5 car and just got sent into that gap. Heavy, heavy damage to that car. He had to tow to pit road. We'll have to wait and see if he can get back out. Not the way John wanted tonight to go. He was putting on a heck of a run, doing a great job out there. Currently now back into 18th. Let's see if we can get a closer look at the car. Heavy damage to the car, but not seeing any smoke. He might be able to get that car back out. Such a heartbreak for one of the faster cars on track tonight. Another driver that has managed to work his way through the field rather quickly. Caution is out and Thanos is involved. And the 12 car just snaps loose. Oh, he collected the 66 and Gerald Thanos Poole. Blaine Aiken got caught in that. What a heartbreak for that 66 team here tonight. 12 car right in front of the 66. The 66 trying to get back up towards the front. He is going to have heavy, heavy damage. Kenny Tripp obviously caught in that as well, as he is the one that gets loose all happening right behind Matt Baer. The 61 managed to get up. Several cars caught in that. Looks like Jeremy Leto might have caught a piece of that. And seeing a note that Alex Krapser might have caught some of it. No, he managed to get, he just stopped on the track to avoid it. It looks like he drove through a little bit of front bumper off somebody's car. Heartbreak for Blaine. That is two of the new guys that have managed to come through this field so well. Both of them out of the, or at least having to go to pit road for heavy repairs. Luke Turpin comes to pit road. Alex Krapser, Robert Colgan, Matt Baer, Pat Sullivan, and Jordan Babinger all on pit road at lap. No, yes, Jordan Babinger does come to pit road. I stand corrected. Jordan stayed out. He is going to move up to the lead. And it looks like several cars will see if Jordan comes down. No, he does not. Looked like the 999 of Gerald Poole suffered very little damage in that. He got checked up in time. He was caught up in that mess. Currently running in 21st. We'll take a quick closer look. Heavy damage. He's been caught in a couple of incidents right in front of him. The 131 of Ryan Seams, that car's got a little bit of damage you see there on the hood, but he has actually started picking up a few positions here. Not sure how many more he can pick up tonight, but he is definitely still in the fight. Currently about 14 laps down, but still in the fight here. Jordan Babinger does take the lead here. Luke Turpin now in second. Alex Krapser in third. Robert Colgan in fourth. And Matt Baer now in fifth. And he can make it on one more stop from, everybody can make it on one more stop from here. Octavio Rondoletto back to the lead lap in sixth. Tyler McRae back to the lead lap in seventh. And Tyler has had zero luck tonight and is still marching his way forward. Tyler's been caught in a couple of different incidents tonight. Ethan Johnson now up to 8th. Ethan, another one of the newcomers that several drivers predicted to be very fast here tonight. He is definitely showing he is. Started in 35th, up to 8th. Pat Sullivan in 9th. Cole Patrick in 10th. Greg Holes 11th. Logan Jones currently running in 12th. Kendrick Cryer 13th. Nick Ramsey 14th. Jose Godino has worked his way back up. He is in 15th. And newcomer Miguel Angel Cardozo has made his way back up into the 16th spot. Great job out of him. Jonathan Bronson, after early incidents, now back to 17th. And Alex Gangler 18th. Gerald Thanos Poole now 19th. John Friley, haven't talked about him much tonight. He is up into 20th as the green flag drops, lap 270. Babinger gets a good jump on the restart, but Luke Turpin right there with him. Babinger, the only car on the lead lap to not pit. Luke Turpin down to the inside, fresh tires, has the advantage here. Alex Krapser now on the bottom. He is looking for second place. And he's got Matt Baer back up here with him. Matt Baer not going to be very patient here. Down to the bottom, he is going for position. The 48 of Babinger kind of in the way. He's on those older tires. Matt Baer gets the advantage down to the bottom, gets the line clear this time. He might get the second on this lap. Through 3 and 4, Babinger still fighting, even on those older tires. While they're 3 wide, Luke Turpin starting to open up a little bit of a gap, but it's Crapser up top that gets the advantage. Meanwhile, while these three are battling, Luke Turpin opens up a bit of a gap. Almost a full second over Alex Crapser. Matt Baer, Jordan Babinger still battling side by side. Right behind them, Robert Colgan. Octavio Rondoletto stuck in a little bit of lap traffic, about 5 seconds back from these guys. Tyler McRae really stuck in lap traffic there in the 99. As he battles his way past the 96 of Mason Foster. Ethan Johnson currently running in 8th, right behind Tyler McRae. Pat Sullivan back in 9th, and Greg Hull still holding on to the top 10. Up front, Luke Turpin still has a good lead going here. Alex Crapser now 1.1 seconds back. Matt Baer still right there with him. And as the battle for second continues to fight, Robert Colgan, now his car seems to have come in really well later in the night. As the race goes on, he is starting to make his way forward, starting to turn some really fast laps out there. He is looking to take a position from Babinger. And the 16 of Pat Sullivan right behind them. Currently 1 lap down, trying to get back to the lead lap and stay in the fight. Greg Hull still trying to work his way through some traffic as the car in front of him gets a little squirrely there, I do believe. That was a 53 of Ethan Johnson. He is sending it hard. That car got a little squirrely up off 4. He manages to make it stick, and he is starting to work his way forward as well. Meanwhile, Alex Crapser and Matt Baer still continuing to battle for second place. Looks like Matt Baer is not pushing too hard as they come around to lap, I believe that's the 78 car. Not that many laps since the green flag dropped, just about 20, and lap traffic already becoming an issue for the leaders. 78, Miguel Angel Cardozo, currently running in 16th. He started much further up. He started in 7th place tonight, back to 16th. He was as far back as 25th, starting to work his way forward. He definitely has a great teammate in the 77 of Octavio Rondoletto and starting to make his way forward again. Another driver with early problems, Jose Godino, started in 27th, got pushed up into the wall earlier in the race, now up into 15th. Kendrick Cryer, we've seen him battling just about everybody everywhere on track, trying to get anything he can out of that car. Started in 33rd and is now up to 13th, making his way forward as well. He is trying to track down the 08 of Logan Jones, just a couple of car lengths in front of him. You see that 28 car right there in the middle. Steven Rex, he was involved in that very first caution. Took a very hard hit to that car. Looks like a car might have some problems still, but he is still battling on. Currently running in 30th. Back up front, Luke Turpin is starting to catch up to some heavy lap traffic. He's got the 17 and the 999 and the 52 all right in front of him. And the lap traffic getting much heavier in front of Luke. That's going to allow Matt Bear to start closing the gap back down. Matt now in second, 1.3 seconds back a moment ago, starting to gain a little bit of time on the leader. Alex Krapser, as he has all night, right on the back bumper of Matt Bear. One of the few cars that has been able to hang with the 19 tonight. Alex Krapser currently running in third. Luke Turpin in the lead, though. Luke's lead starting to get a little bit smaller as Matt Bear now in second within 1.1 second of the leader. And he's got a little bit of clean track in front of him. All the lap cars staying up high. Matt Bear able to run his preferred line here. And it looks like Steven Rex's car had another problem. Let's take a look. We saw Steven Rex struggling with the handling on that car after that early incident. He was having all sorts. He got a little bit of the grass right in front of the 15 of Kendrick Cryer. He manages to get the car righted, but definitely not the way he wanted this night to go. All right, we are at 99 to go. You know what that means, folks. It is the Snap Mobile 99 to go update. Starting first with Tyler McRae in the 99, who is currently running in 8th place. The 48 of Jordan Babinger, currently running in 4th place, having a great run despite being on the oldest tires on the lead lap. Still in the fight here. Their teammate, Steven Rex, we saw him a few moments ago involved in that issue. He is currently running in 29th. The one car, Trevor Birchmere, out of the race, unfortunately, early on. The 2 car of Jonathan Bronson, currently running in 16th, had an up and down night all night, trying to make up some ground here in the late going. And finally, the final member of that team, the 53 of Ethan Johnson in his XCAL debut, currently running in 7th place. Great job by all of the Snap Mobile Shop cars. Check out snapmobile.com. Enter McRae 99 to get a discount at snapmobileshop.com. Luke Turpin, his lead, just barely maintaining that 1 second lead over Matt Bear. 92 laps to go. Everybody has to make one more stop from here, even Luke Turpin. Matt Bear in second, having a great run tonight. He said he would be disappointed if he did not get a podium finish tonight. He's definitely got the car for it. Alex Krapser, been in the top 5 all night long, hanging with Matt Bear all night long. Robert Colgan has managed to work his way up to 5th after starting in 26th spot, making his way forward rather quickly. Octavio Rondoletto started 24th, up to 6th. One of his worst qualifying runs of the season, has managed to make his way up into 6th place and is looking for 5th now. Ethan Johnson currently running in 7th place as Octavio comes to pit road. Ethan Johnson currently running in 7th after starting 35th. Great run out of that car tonight. Tyler McRae now moving up to 7th after starting 20th. Another car that is got caught in a lot of other incidents, still managing to fight back and get looking like he's going to have a top 10 finish. Greg Hull's another car that's been caught in a lot of chaos here tonight. Hasn't been able to avoid anything that's happened on track. Still running in the top 10. And Kendrick Cryer started back in 33rd. A driver we're not used to seeing start that far back. He has worked his way through this field very quickly. He is now up into 12th. Definitely a top 10 car there. We'll see if he can get it done. But newcomer Nick Ramsey there on the bottom, he wants that top 10 finish as well. We've got a couple of the newcomers here tonight looking like they've got top 10 cars. And this battle between Kendrick Cryer and Nick Ramsey is starting to heat up. Crossover move every other corner as they navigate through lap traffic. The 03 of Nick Ramsey still fighting back on the outside. Kendrick Cryer holding that bottom line. The 03 gives Cryer a little boot. Gets the run down to the inside. They go into the turn side by side. A little blink out of Kendrick. Still side by side. Do they touch? I think they did briefly touch in the middle of 3 and 4. Now the 03 of Nick Ramsey fully alongside of Kendrick Cryer. Kendrick gets a good run up off of turn 2 and manages to get ahead, but that's allowed the 22 to come up into this. As we get a little bit of trouble there, the 22 of Cole Patrick gets through. And starting to see some green flag stops. We saw Rondoletto stop about 8 laps ago. Daniel Miller has been to pit road. Joe Campbell has been to pit road. Mason Foster is on pit road at the moment. We did say a lot of these drivers said 75 to 80 laps. Matt Bear said he could do 72 laps on fuel. So expect to see him in about 8 more laps. And Luke Turpin, he can go further than anybody. I'm estimating his laps at about 85 laps for the 454 here tonight. Matt Bear now starting to lose a little bit of ground on the leader. Luke Turpin opened up a 1.5 second lead now. Alex Krapser still right there with Matt. Robert Colgan losing a lot of ground on the leaders now, 8.5 seconds back. Blaine Aiken comes to pit road now. Blaine up front battling for the lead earlier in the race, involved in that caution. He has fallen way back. Luke continuing to open up a bit of a lead here despite having to work through some heavy lap traffic and green flag pit stops going on all around him. Octavio Rondoletto now coming into the picture as well. Octavio on fresher tires than the leader, but he stopped with about 89 laps to go. And the 28 gets into the wall. Steven Rex has had a difficult night in that 28 car. Jordan Babinger comes to pit road. Ethan Johnson comes to pit road. Luke Turpin maintaining that lead. 1.5 seconds, now 1.6 seconds over Matt Bear. And now we are within Matt Bear's pit window for his final pit stop. Also, through this cycle of pit stops, it leaves only 4 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Luke Turpin, Matt Bear, Alex Krapser, and Robert Colgan. Once pit stops are done, we'll have about 8 cars on the lead lap. And if the caution comes out, now everything will change, as some of these guys have been to pit road, some of these guys fighting back, and some of these guys trying to stretch that mileage. We've seen several incidents right around the time that people are coming to pit road. Only one bringing out a caution, but Octavio Rondoletto's teammate, Miguel Angel Cardozo, has an incident. Off into turn 3. Oh, the 53 just taps him in the back. They both get straightened out, get going the right way, but both losing a couple of positions in the exchange. And Luke Turpin having to fight by the lap car there. I believe that was the 52. Looked like he was struggling with the handling, bounced off the wall, and got a small piece of Luke Turpin there. Art Hendren, yep, that was Art, and Art has struggled in recent weeks, had several DNFs, and just glad to see he is still in the fight here tonight. He is currently running in 27th place. Luke Turpin, Matt Bear, Alex Krapser, and Robert Colgan have not pitted. Those are the only 4, I believe, that have not come to pit road yet. All of them now within their pit window. Although it'll be interesting to see how far Luke Turpin will push this. Matt Bear in second. Now Alex Krapser closing right back up. He had given him a little bit of breathing room there for a bit, but when they come through lap traffic, Alex closes right back up to the back bumper of him just to help kind of using Matt as a pick through the lap traffic. Kenny Tripp involved in an incident. As the 61 coming up off pit road on the bottom. And oh, the 12 car just gets up into the 131. Manages to spin it around, get going the right way again, but losing several positions in the process. Speaking of the 131, Ryan Seams saw him struggling all night with the handling on that car. He is now back up into 32nd, still working his way forward and trying to close in on Blaine Aiken, who is now in 31st after starting dead last, leading earlier in the race, up in the top 3 before an incident sent him to the back. Luke Turpin now has a 1.6 second lead, but now coming into some really thick, heavy lap traffic. Will he take this opportunity to go to pit road? No, he will not. The top 4 have not been to pit road yet. Pat Sullivan in 5th has come to pit road for his final stop. .454 of Luke Turpin trying to navigate some lap traffic. Luke Turpin using that, he's gained about 1/10 of a second back on the leader. But eventually he will have to work through that lap traffic too. Will him and Alex choose to pit before they have to deal with that? All right, let's take our final commercial break, and we will be back in just a moment for the finale of this amazing race. All right, we are back just in time. Luke Turpin has not pitted. None of the top 4 have pitted. The only 4 on the lead lap trying to hold out, probably hoping for a caution at this point, would give them a huge advantage. Logan Jones in 5th place, 2 laps down. If the caution comes, Matt Bear is coming to pit road. Alex Crapser moves up into 2nd. Luke Turpin continues to lead, but the gap is closing as Crapser now within a 2nd. And as you saw in that commercial, don't forget, next Tuesday, same XCAL time, same XCAL channel, we will be at Texas. And these cars, this group of folks at Texas, that is going to be an awesome, awesome race. See a lot of side-by-side, nose-to-tail. You thought 4 wide here was crazy, 6 wide here was crazy. I guarantee you they'll try it there as well. Luke Turpin, Alex Crapser, Robert Colgan still have not come to pit road. The 21 ducks off. Alex Crapser comes to pit road. Luke Turpin can keep going a little bit longer. How far is he going to stretch it? Robert Colgan is on pit road. Everybody has been to pit road but Luke Turpin now. Luke Turpin last pitted around lap 290 at that last caution. And here comes Turpin to pit road. Matt Baird now back up off of pit road. 4 fresh tires, a tank of fuel. Actually, I'm betting by his pit stop time, he only took right side tires, just enough fuel to get him to the end here. Currently being scored in 3rd while the other ones are on pit road. He's got a chance to try and catch back up. Alex Crapser now back up off of pit road. Matt Bair 4 seconds back from Alex. Octavio Rondoletto, we saw him pit much earlier. Can he go the distance on the fuel he has? He's currently running in 4th. Jordan Babinger back into 5th place, starting to make his way back to the front. Luke Turpin now comes off of pit road. Will he be able to reassume the lead here? Looks like he will, and he will maintain a bit of a lead here, about 4.5 seconds with 46 laps to go. Alex Krapser in second, 4.5 seconds back. Matt Baer, another 4 seconds behind him. Octavio Rondoletto, 10 seconds back in 4th. Jordan Babinger in 5th, another 8 seconds back. Without a caution, none of these positions will change. And Luke Turpin continuing to click off laps. He has been, when he gets to the lead, he is the dominant car here. That being able to stretch his fuel, the extra 10, 15 laps has paid off in big dividends here tonight. Last time by, Alex Krapser was faster, but only by 0.02 of a second. This time by, Alex was 1/10 of a second faster, but still not enough with just over 40 laps to go. Matt Baer losing ground on second place. Tyler McRae back here battling in 10th place. And he is nose to tail with Octavio Rondoletto. Octavio in 4th. And the leader right behind him, Luke Turpin, right in the middle of this mess as he catches back up into another big group of cars. Luke Turpin is about to lap the 4th place car of Octavio Rondoletto. Yeah, but he's got several cars. They're 3 and 4 wide through the corners now. As they all get back together, the 99 of Tyler McRae right there as well. Tyler McRae currently running in 10th place. Now only 3 cars on the lead lap. Luke Turpin, Alex Krapser, Matt Baer. But this lap traffic is holding Luke Turpin up as Alex Krapser is starting to gain a little bit of ground. Just a few laps ago, Luke had a 4.5 second lead. It is down to 3.5 seconds now. Matt Baer just started closing the gap back down. He was over 5 seconds behind Alex Krapser. He is now down to 4.7 and closing. And Octavio Rondoletto losing ground to the leaders as we saw. Octavio obviously struggling tonight here at Irwindale. Not his best run, but given the situation, and Octavio Rondoletto involved in an incident. Octavio and the 99 looks like a little bit of, the 99 snaps loose, spins the 77 around. 77 of Octavio Rondoletto manages to get the car corrected. He is going to lose, looks like he will lose 1 position in the exchange. He drops to 5th, Babinger to 4th. Rondoletto, though, not done yet. He is right behind the 48. Meanwhile, Luke Turpin, having got through a lot of the lap traffic, has started to put some more time back on Alex Krapser. He's gained 0.5 second, almost 4 seconds lead right now. Matt Bear currently running in third place. Kenny Tripp is going to pit road. Quick run through the field. You've got Luke Turpin up front. Alex Krapser in second. Matt Bear is in third. Octavio Rondoletto is in fourth. Jordan Babinger currently fifth. Robert Colgan now in sixth. Great run out of that 7 car. Pat Sullivan in seventh. Cole Patrick in eighth. Greg Holes to ninth. And Tyler McRae currently running in 10th place. Kendrick Cryer has had a great recovery tonight, up to 11th. Logan Jones is in 12th. Nick Ramsey, one of the newcomers, up to 13th. Ethan Johnson, another newcomer, in 14th. Both of these guys picking up over 20 spots tonight. Jose Godino in the wall, got put in the wall earlier tonight, now back up to 15th. Jonathan Bronson currently 16th. Alex Gangler in 17th. Miguel Angel Cardozo, even after a second incident not that long ago, still running in 18th. Mason Foster, another one who's had an up and down night, currently running in 19th. John Friley in 20th. 21st is Derek Colson. Gerald Thanos-Pool in 22nd. Travis Sokup in 23rd. Daniel Miller is 24th. Joe Campbell is 25th. Sean Andrews currently running in 26th. Art Hendren starting to recover a little bit, up to 27th. Johnny B running in 28th. Stephen Rex just not having a good night. Got caught in literally everything that happened on track. Probably got caught in some stuff that happened at other tracks as well. That's how bad his luck has been. He has still managed to get back up to 29th. 30th is Brett Edgar. Ryan Seams, another one who's just had not good luck at all tonight, up to 31st. Blaine Aiken ran to the front of the race after starting in 40th. Had an incident, turned the leader, drops back to 32nd place. Still a great run. Shows he definitely has the skill to run with these guys. We'll hopefully see him back before long. Kenny Tripp, 33rd. Chase Johnson, 34th. And John Batista, 35th. Jeremy Leto, Noah Carpenter, Trevor Birchmere, Lindsey Lyles, and John Schwartz rounding out the 40-car field. Luke Turpin, 25 laps to go, and he continues to put cars more laps down. Luke Turpin trying to fight past the 15 car there. As we've seen tonight, that 15 car not giving any room at all. He is fighting for every inch of this track, currently running in 16th. Luke Turpin's lead has started to shrink extremely quickly. Brett Edgar went off track a moment ago. Oh, as him and Rondoletto get together on the back straightaway. Rondoletto saves it. Edgar does not. And now Luke Turpin, as we mentioned, his lead is shrinking. Alex Krapser is coming on strong, and Alex is about to have a little help from a whole bunch of lapped cars. 21 laps to go. Does Krapser have enough time to get there? Matt Bear, 4.5 seconds back from Krapser. Probably not enough time to get back up, but with all this lap traffic Turpin's about to be stuck in the middle of, there's no telling what could happen. Everybody in front of him running for every position they can get here late in the race. 20 laps to go for Luke Turpin. 2-second lead. Down from 5 seconds just 15 laps ago. Luke Turpin taking it a little bit easy right now. He cannot afford to lose a whole lot more ground, as he's trying to get around the lap car of Gerald Thanos-Pool and come into this huge crowd right in front of him. Crapser now down to 1.8 seconds. And let's take a view from Turpin's cockpit. This is what Turpin is looking at from his in-car camera. And you know, with his lead shrinking, he does not want to see this. That's a 53 right in front of him. A car that had been up front earlier in the race, and now they're 3 wide right in front of the leader. Ryan Seams is right there, and you see he's still struggling with the handling on that car. Luke Turpin cannot find a way around. Octavio Rondoletto, we saw him stop early. We knew he couldn't go the distance. He is to pit road, the 66 up to the high side. The 66, that is Blaine. He is still fighting for everything he can get here, putting on a show in his XCAL debut. The 53 of Ethan Johnson, another one of those new drivers tonight, trying to hold the leader back. 14 laps to go. Remember, once we hit 10 laps to go, if a caution comes out, there will be no wave arounds. Once we hit 5 to go, no matter what happens on track, there will be no cautions. And Alex Crapser found, while Luke Turpin was battling the 53, Alex Crapser snuck by on the high side and takes the lead. Let's take another look at that. There he goes. They were battling nose to tail on the bottom, and he just sneaks by. Luke Turpin tried to move up a little too late, and Alex gets the advantage. Alex Crapser going for his first ever XCAL win here. 12 laps to go. Luke Turpin fighting back on the inside. Now Luke looking to the high side as Alex blocks that low line. Luke trying to pinch him down. The 48, Jordan Babinger, right in front of him. Jordan only 1 lap down. He can still battle with these guys. Try to keep himself in contention for the wave around. 10 laps to go. There will be no more wave arounds as Luke Turpin back to the lead. Alex Crapser has come from 14th spot to be battling for the lead here. 9 laps to go for Luke Turpin and Alex Crapser. Who will it be? Alex Crapser has been making that high line work all night long. He moves back up there as the 454 stays down on the bottom. But he cannot get that outside line working. Luke Turpin continues to drive away. Luke Turpin, though, 3 wide with lap cars trying to get around. Alex closes right back up to the back bumper. Ethan Johnson had an incident a moment ago. Ethan just slammed into the 77 of Octavio Rondoletto. Not something you want to do on your XCAL debut. Great save by him to keep the track green. 7 laps to go. No matter what happens after 5 to go, there will be no more cautions. And obviously, we're starting to see a little bit of chaos out here. Pat Sullivan currently running in 4th. Robert Colgan in 5th. Octavio Rondoletto now back to 10th, having to hold off Logan Jones. Best battle on the track is this fight for the lead right now as they try and navigate lap traffic. We are at 5 laps to go. No matter what, there will be no caution. And that has come into play a few times this season. There's been a couple of instances where the driver leading with 5 laps to go did not win the race. Alex Crapser still in this battle, less than a second behind Luke Turpin. Matt Baer will finish 3rd. He is 5 seconds behind the leader. 3 laps to go for Luke Turpin. Daniel Miller crashes. There is a big incident on track with 3 laps to go. Will it come into play for the leaders? Matt Bear was involved. There was wrecking in front of him, the 77 and Steven Rex. A bunch of cars, and Matt Bear gets turned. Matt Bear still holding on to 3rd place. Luke Turpin is going to take the white flag here. He has managed to avoid all the chaos that is happening all over the track. 0.7 of a second. Crapser is behind. He's got one last chance. Crapser sends it into turn 3. It is not going to be enough. Luke Turpin wins from Irwindale. Alex Crapser comes home 2nd. Matt Bear is 3rd. Pat Sullivan comes home 4th. Robert Colgan comes home 5th after starting in 26. Cole Patrick is 6th. Greg Holes is 7th. Tyler McRae comes home 8th. Jordan Babinger has a 9th place run, and newcomer Nick Ramsey comes home in 10th after starting in 36. Great run by all of these drivers. Matt Bear still manages the 3rd place finish after being caught in the incident with 3 laps to go. He said he wanted a podium finish. He pulled it off here tonight, but a little bit of heartbreak for Matt Bear. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Matt, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, man, a podium finish, I know that's what you were shooting for, but that last few laps had to have been a heartbreak.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was. That's a total joke right there. I mean, you know how I race. I race everybody clean. That is anything but. That's everybody driving with their head up their butt right there. It's just total disrespect. Great job for Luke. Alex had a great car. It was fun, man. I got caught up in that early stuff right there and got caught up in the back in a wreck, and with pit strategy worked my way back up to the front, led some laps tonight, and had a really good time, man.
Well, you had one heck of a run tonight, as you mentioned, front to the back, back to the front. It's still in contention, and one hell of a run tonight, man. Congratulations. Any team sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, man. Just want to thank JT Pressure Washing, K2 Sauces. Want to thank y'all at How to Suck at iRacing. I mean, I'm going to go watch the race after this. It looked like it was pretty good, chaotic at the end, so I'm curious to see what happened. Simcoin Racer, and I mean, I know there's a few others I'm missing right now, but just a little frustrated. People don't know how to finish a race cleanly.
All right, man. I know it was a heartbreak, but still a top 3 finish. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you, man.
All right. Matt Bear comes home 3rd, and you heard the heartbreak in his voice. Looking to see if we can find Alex. Little tricky getting him moved all the way up to the booth, but here we go. Alex, this is Doug in the booth. You got me? Alex Crapser, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Doug, how's it going?
Hey, man, sorry. It took me a minute to pull you up here. Had to make a few stops on the way. Hey, congratulations on one heck of a second place finish tonight.
Thanks a lot, Doug. It was, I mean, that's the kind of sim racing that's a lot of fun when you got a long run like that. You got two guys that, neither of them know if they took the right amount of fuel. They got different tire wears and all that, and it's a lot of fun to go at it, and even to finish second is a lot of fun.
Well, you definitely had some struggles tonight and went backwards a couple of times, but still managed to make your way back to the front and literally one of the few cars that had anything for Matt Bear here tonight. He was extremely fast, and you were one of the few cars that could stay on his bumper all night.
Yeah, Matt was really good, and I mean, I was able to stay in front of him for a few laps, but then he'd just pull away from me, and Luke was really fast, and there was a couple times I felt like I had just too tall of a gear to be able to run well in traffic, and try to make positions up when you're in a big pack, but once everything got spread out, it just helped me a lot with the fuel saving and helped me get to the front.
Well, you definitely had a heck of a run, and you got back to the front. Definitely had a good fuel run, too. It looked like you were getting over 80 laps on a tank, which is more than some were getting tonight.
Yeah, I didn't know. I calculated about 72 just in a little bit of rough calculation. I had no idea how long I was going to be able to make it. I just knew that Luke could probably make it about 4 laps more than me.
Well, regardless, a heck of a run. Second place finish tonight. I believe that is your best finish in XCAL racing so far, but I'm sure it's going to get better.
Yeah, I hope so. Second, that's very good. I just got to thank Joe Campbell, Danny, the whole JNS team. Those guys been really good with setups, and it's good to have other guys in Discord with you telling you, spotting if there's a wreck on the track and just trying to avoid all that stuff and get to the finish.
All right, man. Congratulations. Have a great night. Go celebrate with your team, buddy.
All right. Thank you very much, Doug.
All right. And let's see if we can get a hold of Superman himself. Luke Turpin, this is Doug. You got me? Hey, Superman, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys.
Yeah, I got you, man. How you doing?
Hey, man. Congratulations. That was definitely a wild night, but you were up top in the race all night long.
Yeah, it was a good race, man. Long green flags, that was nice. It feels good to get back up on top, man. It's been a couple weeks coming. Had a lot of bad luck. Finally shook the bugs, and almost got dirtbagged at the end there by a couple guys, and they know who they are, but we brought it home.
15 laps to go. You had a pretty decent lead over Alex, and then all of a sudden you're in a bunch of lap traffic. You and Alex having to battle all over again after that last green flag stop, having a 5-second lead. Were you worried there at the end?
Honestly, I was a little worried, and it wasn't so much that I thought he was faster, because, he actually did get by me at one point, and then I drove back around him. It was the fact that, there's just a couple guys, and I know how they're doing this deal, and I pretty much was almost getting dirtbagged at the end, like I've been the last couple weeks, and I was just happy to avoid what people were trying there at the end, and, these kids have had a golden horseshoe for a little while, keeping me down, but pulled it out their ass and beat them over the head with it tonight.
Well, that is definitely awesome, and you definitely had an awesome run. And I have to ask, rough calculation, I was thinking you were getting a little over 80 laps on fuel. Is that roughly correct?
Yeah, you're pretty close. I would say balls to the wall, my racing line, 77 to 80. You got to play the race a little smart every now and then. I don't know what kind of stints I had in there, but I'm sure there was a couple over 100. Sometimes there's just no reason to go, And unfortunately for Matt, man, he got taken out a couple times. He put in tons of work this week, and I got to give him credit. He had a good baseline. He put in the work, man, and he deserved, heck, he didn't deserve to win. He deserved second, and he got third, but, it is what it is.
Well, congratulations, man. A heck of a night through a wild race, surviving a lot of chaos in front of you. Team sponsors and anybody you'd like to thank?
Got to thank Aaron, man. He continues to put this whole deal on. Got to thank Matt. Like you said, he had a good finish tonight. He had a winning car. He felt real confident coming into it, so I'm happy for him that he got a top three. I'm upset for him because he didn't have a chance at the win. Congrats to Alex. He kind of ran a little bit of a dumb race last week with me, and this race he ran me down. So I'll give him credit, from a little bit of help. So credit to him. Greg had a great run, and you guys in the booth. I'm sure the broadcast was great.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. You definitely earned it tonight.
Thanks, man. We're gonna be on top for a while here if we don't have no problems.
All right, man. All right, Luke Superman Turpin. What a wild night, up and down night, and something you don't see very often, a bunch of 6-wide racing. And Irwindale, definitely a great track for these street stocks. Look forward to them coming back here next season. I know the inner loop earlier in the season was a mess, but this one was one heck of a show. You couldn't ask for a better race, and you couldn't ask for a better win for Luke Turpin. As we mentioned, he was on top for a long time. Then you had the 8 race wins by Austin Edwards. Austin being out tonight, Luke Turpin dominated. I don't even think Austin would have had something for him tonight. He was just that much faster. Congratulations to Luke Turpin. Congratulations to everybody, and great finish out of everybody. Make sure you check out xcalracing.com. You can check out the web shop, order some K2 sauce, check out all the great sponsors, and huge shout out to all the admins at XCAL, including Aaron Hillebush, PDJ Zeller, and my co-host who couldn't be here tonight because he was traumatized by Discord arguments over the week, Marty Zakawa. Thank you guys all for tuning in so much. It has been a wild, crazy, fun, great race. Hope to see you all again next Tuesday night from Texas.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.